Ladies and gentlemen, this YouTube channel vlog show is of authenticity, inspiration, and realness. It is also about personality, good times, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. And now, here is your host of the show, Mr. Big Beefy E himself, the elder statesman of Rant and Rave, and Mr. Shenanigans himself, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and this is episode 1033. Giving us the results for Survivor Series 2023 War Games. And I gotta tell you, I watched the whole event, top to bottom, and I gotta tell you, this is going to be... And the ending of Survivor Series, I'm going to get to that, because the fact of the matter is this. It's more like a will he or won't he. And I gotta tell you, I could not believe it myself. And it was, I would say, let's just say this, Christmas came early for the WWE Universe in Chicago. Let me tell you, this was, I don't know what to tell you guys. A lot of people saying, somebody's coming. Like, we all know that Randy Orton was coming back, and this was something. So this was a crazy, crazy card. And so we're going to talk about the kickoff. So the kickoff, Byron Saxton interviewed Santos Escobar. He says he's gonna remind Dragon Lee about who he is and why. This was going to be a heck of a matchup, really. And I gotta tell you, it's going to be one of those insane moments, man. I gotta tell, it's crazy. It's crazy. So Escobar says he's going to remind Dragon Lee who he is. Meanwhile, in the Women's War Games match, the team that was voted for the advantage, Team Belair. So they'll get the advantage. That means when there's a one-on-one matchup, another member of Team Belair will join them. So it did kick off with the Women's War Games. The team of Bianca Belair, Shotzi, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch took on Damage Control, the team of Bayley, Asuka, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky, the Women's World Champion. And needless to say, Bayley and Becky started off, and then Shotzi joined in, and I believe Io Sky joined in. Io Sky joined in on the matchup, and then Bianca Belair joined in on the match. Then Kairi Sane, who's come up with some really great ideas, got somebody toys and Damage Control, and then Charlotte Flair came in last, and then Asuka came in last for her team. And Asuka starts throwing black kendo sticks in the middle of the ring, and everybody was using them, and they're whacking them, and then Io did that little bit like she did in the NXT War Games, put the trash can over her head and jumped off the cage. Meanwhile, Charlotte was doing the same thing, but this time didn't do this same thing. She went off the cage, did her moonsault. Then the first miracle happened at Survivor Series. We're talking about Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch embraced in the middle of the ring. They reconciled. Yay. That means we can spell the T again. It'll be the new T. Spell the T. Ladies, spell the T, man. Like they used to do. They clink the T and zip it, mimicking it. That's great. Anyway, it's really cool to see that. And because of that, and I thought, because I was concerned about Charlotte and Becky Lynch, Damage Control was going to win. No. Team Belair won the match. So I got to tell you, it's going to be a heck of a deal, bro. Heck of a deal. So that means there could be some falling out happening of the Damage Control on SmackDown. And they probably think that Bayley could be the weak link of the team. We'll find out the Friday, December the 1st, Friday, SmackDown. So there's that. Then you got, Dakota Kai was getting involved handing Bailey a kendo stick during that matchup as well. Meanwhile, Alpha Academy, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven were eating the ruffled chips while watching the matchup. Pretty Deadly came in and started referring to them as crisps, and then they were having a tug of war with the with Otis and saying they're crisps. No, they're chips, crisps, chips. And then they flung them out. Oh, look what you did! You ruined them. Go pick them up. And then Kit Wilson went to go pick them up, and then R-Truth came out of nowhere and started talking about chips, and it was hilarious. R-Truth, great to see R-Truth back on WWE television, whether it be a PLE or on television or on your television screen. It's good. It was great to see R-Truth, but that's not that was just the first return. So then, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso were talking about Randy Orton. They were worried. And said, well, he'll be here. So we'll talk to Cody Rhodes. Then the Intercontinental title on the line, Gunther versus The Miz. And The Miz, I got a lot of respect for The Miz for even hanging in there against a big man like Gunther. But, Gunther, he really gave Gunther all he got, but then Gunther did retain the Intercontinental title. I wouldn't be surprised if he's past the 600 days by now. Then the Judgment Day, we're talking about Orton's return. They were thinking that Orton was going to turn on Uso and Rollins and all that, and Judgment Day will have it in the bag. And then they said, well, we'll get Drew McIntyre to see what the plans work. Then Dragon Lee went one-on-one with Santos Escobar. Heck of a matchup between these two great luchadors. But in the end, though, Santos Escobar ends up winning the match. So he was my second pick. I got the Women's War Games when I thought Damage Control was going to win the thing. But now Team Belair won. So there is that. And I did get Gunther right, because I predicted he would keep the Intercontinental title away from The Miz. And now I picked Escobar to beat Dragon Lee, even though it was supposed to be Carlito versus Santos Escobar. But last night on SmackDown, they brawled, and Carlito got hurt and couldn't compete. And so Dragon Lee took over. Santos won the matchup. The New Day arrives in the Slim Jim car, and they were product placement, experts at that. Then the Women's World Title, Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark. I picked Ripley to win this matchup. It was a heck of a matchup. Zoe Stark held her own. And then Rhea Ripley did retain the title. Third prediction I got right now. The Men's War Games was the main event. But let me tell you something. The War Games matchups, we were insane. As you know, it was Seth Rollins to start it off, and then it was Rollins and Balor to start it off. Then J.D. McDonough joined in after the interval, and then Jey Uso helped out, and then it was Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, and Dominic Mysterio in their closet. But then next, person come out, Damian Priest was like, "I got this, trust me." And then Damian Priest got involved. And then Sami Zayn got involved in next, and then Drew McIntyre came up, and now Cody Rhodes came out afterwards, and then Dominic Mysterio was the last guy to show up. But all of a sudden, where's Randy Orton? Orton was nowhere to be found. But you hear the Judgment Day music, and Rhea Ripley decided to help cash in, and got Jessica Carr, the referee, with her to cash in Damian's Money in the Bank briefcase for Damian Priest to pin Rollins. I said, imagine if they did that during War Games, have Damian Priest cash in and try to pin him. But then they were about to cash in. I hear voices in my head, and they counsel me, so they talk to me. His theme song, Randy Orton, is back. But then he was he was hitting everybody with his signature moves, and then he was about to hit Dominic Mysterio with an RKO, but Dominic Mysterio was the first victim of the RKO. But then he was about to get another opponent when they turned around and Jey Uso got up. What's up? And he goes, you know what? Think straight. Come on now, get back in the head here. So, and they decided, well, Randy Orton started RKO'ing over and everybody. They were throwing JD McDonough. He tried to escape the cage, but they caught him and turned him around. He got RKO'd. And then he encouraged Cody Rhodes to do his move, and then they wanted everybody to do his draping DDT. But in the end, though, Team Rhodes did win the matchup. So, that was a good one. But it didn't end there, ladies and gentlemen. Guess who's back? Guess who also is back? A third return. CM Punk made an appearance in the WWE. This is going to change the landscape of that company forever. I would not be surprised if AJ Lee would be far behind. But right now, I know she's doing the executive producing for WoW, Women and Superheroes. But, you know, who knows for sure what is going to happen. Let me tell you something right now. CM Punk's return is going to flip whatever brand he's going to be appearing on upside down. So, I don't know how the WWE pulled it off, but they did. They convinced CM Punk to make an appearance. Who knows what this will lead to. This is going to be very interesting. Can't wait. So, that is all for episode 1033 of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977. Tomorrow, we'll be lighting the tree of shenanigans over here. So there's a tree. It'll be lit. So, who knows for sure. So, I want to say see you later. Until the next episode comes rolling around. Mr. Announcer, take us home. This concludes today's episode. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, do it for Bob Saget Productions, and in association with A Raven Bova Telepictures and Distribution. See you next time on another episode of the show. Goodbye for now.